Welcome to the Soon Podcast.
I'm giving Snooky today.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Soon Podcast. I'm Alyssa, and this is my sister.
I'm Amanda Lynn. We'll give you guys a quick little recap of everything that the Soon Podcast stands for because we have a lot of new listeners. We just posted a giveaway on our Instagram page, The Soon Podcast, and it's running until Tuesday, June 9th. So you still have plenty of time to enter. I'm not going to lie. It's a really, really good giveaway. And we just love you guys so much. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary and we wanted to do something really special for you guys. So go and
It's
check it out.
amazing. It has my favorite YSL lipsticks, and it also has replica fragrances, which we love so much.
I love
There's so many
much.
goodies in there, you guys.
We have the Unique Lotion, which is, I've talked about this multiple times, but it is by far my favorite tinted lotion, tinted moisturizer. They do all the things, but we have tons of goodies in there. So go to our Instagram page and check it out. If you're new here, we'll give you guys a quick rundown of who we are and what we do. Alyssa, you go first.
Okay, so I'm Alyssa. I am a health coach, and so I work with a lot of women doing functional labs, working on lifestyle, diet, supplementation, all of the things. And my sister here is the complete opposite of me. Doesn't have a clue about gluten, doesn't really, well, actually, she's on her exercise journey, which is amazing. But we just kind of teach each other about our lives and our jobs because they're so different. Why don't you tell them a little bit about your job, Amanda?
So I'm Amanda Lynn, and I was a fashion buyer for 6 years, and now I'm a home decor and furniture buyer. So I love all things trends, fashion, home, style, all of that. You want it, you name it, and I love to help with it. So I tell Lissa all of the upcoming trends, what she should be putting in her house, what she shouldn't be putting in her house, which is way more important, and all of the fun things. So we love to banter. We love pop culture. We are two sisters, and we currently are living in 2 different states. So we just, we meet up, and this became our weekly banter to loop each other in on all the things.
Yes. I'm giving Snooky this week with my hair, and you're giving a little bit of hunky dory.
I don't know what's going on today. So this little top is actually a pajama top, and it's my favorite. They're my favorite PJs in the world. They're from Anthropologie, but they're very low. Like you can't even see where the first button is. It's off the screen. And so I didn't think that it was appropriate for the podcast. I didn't think that that's what the girls wanted. Today, it's a Monday, but I threw on this tank top. I threw my hair up. We're not giving our best self. So hopefully all of our new listeners are just tuning in via, not watching us. But
you know what? We're chameleons. You'll see the highs and the lows of our looks,
yes,
But we're committed to getting this podcast out. So regardless.
100%.
Yes. So, how was your weekend? What have you been up to? I suggested a movie. You guys watched it. I want to hear all your thoughts.
Okay. Yes, my weekend was really good. So if you tuned into last week's pod, you know that I dropped a couch on my head and I've been just restrained.
In recovery.
Restricted. Yeah, I've been in recovery. I've been stuck to my bed. So I'm finally feeling really healed from that. I have my mobility back. I can turn, things are good. So I'd already pre-signed up for this Pilates workout / facial class. So I got a facial. I went to Pilates and it was an Instagram collaboration. So I was recording myself, and because I was really, really not able to do the movements, and I told them ahead of time, I'm I'm going to be kind of laying there. Just ignore me. I'm not trying to be rude. The video, she's like, put your hands up. And she's like, do a squat. And I'm standing straight. It's so bad. I had to tell the poor girl who was sitting behind me. She had never been to a Pilates class before. So she's like, oh, I'll just watch you. And I was like, no, don't. Don't. But the facial was amazing. So it was with Reformed Pilates, which I'd never been to one of their classes before. And I loved it. And then I got a facial with Pinch, which I've gotten Botox with them, and I love them. But the rest of the weekend, I was really just relaxing,
That's so awesome. And how did you like Project Hail Mary? Because I watched that this weekend, and then I was like, okay, we had to rent it. It was $20. So they should watch it. using our account so that we can, get some
And bang
use
for
out of
your
it.
buck. Um,
I really liked it, first of all.
yes. So Alyssa told my parents and I, like, you guys should watch this movie because we rented it, yada yada. We really liked it. I'm just gonna say right here, right now, like, we're not really a sci-fi family.
Can I just
Um,
say I said it's good for boys and girls. So
I don't know what that means. I genuinely thought that it was a rom-com. Because I didn't look it up. Like, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch it regardless, so let me just go into it." And he, like, becomes an astronaut. I'm not gonna spoil it. It was a cute movie. I think that it's a really good family movie for adults and then people with children that are, like, old enough to, like, follow a storyline. But it was cute. I just really can't get into space movies. I just can't, you know? And my mom is the same. And so we were both just like, oh my God, this is like so much space.
are you guys serious? Oh my, so I would equate it to like an adult version of Wally.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I don't love Wally. So that's fair.
Oh my God. Well, I also am obsessed with Ryan Gosling. He is my celebrity crush. I think he can do no wrong. He plays such a good role in that movie. Like, I
He
loved
does.
it.
The acting was amazing. The cinematography was amazing. I also just want to give myself a shout out that I got myself a letterbox this weekend, just because I've been watching so many movies sporadically for no
Explain
reason.
what Letterbox is.
So, Letterbox is an app where you can track what you've been watching and then you can rate them. And you can follow people so people can see like what you've been watching, what your ratings are. You can
Like
like keep a little,
Goodreads.
like a Goodreads. Yeah. And then you can keep a watch list of like things you want to watch. So, I really just did it for myself because I've been like, oh my God, I've just been watching so many films. Like, I am practically, what are they called? Like a film critic?
You're a film
No,
buff, a movie buff.
yeah, I'm just like a movie buff. Like I'm just turning into one of those filmy people. And I wanted to keep track of them. And once I listed out like what I've been watching, it's actually tragic. Half of them are children's films. And I'm just like, and like 2 out of 10, not good enough.
Oh my, you're like,
I
Wally
needed the
sucks.
ending.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. I know we don't watch as many movies because Paul is one of those people that needs to, move around.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like to sit still for too long. But we did watch Remarkably Bright Creatures, loved it. And then we just watched Project Hail Mary, loved it.
Cute. What else did you do this weekend? Nothing else?
This weekend was truly crazy. I am a doula, a birth doula, and I had my first birth in like a year. I haven't been doing it very much because you have to be on call for like a month. And it was the dream birth, truly. Like it was an all natural birth. Her water broke and things just progressed exactly how they should have. And she was such a rock star. And it just is so special. I personally will not be doing a natural birth whenever that time comes because I've seen so many births and I'm just like, an epidural sounds and looks really nice. But there is nothing like a natural birth. The connection between the partners is so beautiful. Witnessing what moms can do is so amazing. And it is just truly such an amazing process. So I do recommend doing that. If that's something you're interested in, I think it can be truly worth it. And who knows when the time comes, but I'm just planning on an epidural. But I would love to do a whole doula podcast because I've learned so much. I would actually love to make a doula course one day and get into all of that because of my background in functional health and doing all of that. So I don't know. It was just such a dreamy weekend. And the fact that her water broke at 8:30 a.m. and she had the baby by 10 p.m. is wild. Like I didn't have to stay up till 4 a.m. It was great. It was perfect. And mom and baby are in recovery and feeling so good. So it
So
was just
cute.
a lovely, magical weekend in that sense. And I just loved it. I can't wait till you become a mom. And this was actually a personal friend, and I'd never done a friend's birth before.
Right.
Just I don't know, it's just so intimate. I would never want to intrude, so I never offer my services to friends. I'm always like, I'll meet up with you. We can talk over things. But they wanted me there, which was the biggest honor I've ever experienced. And people who haven't listened to this podcast before, I struggle with Amanda sometimes. I've always wanted to be her doula, but I've gone with her to get her blood drawn. She passed out. I almost passed out. Like, we have this telepathy thing.
No, she's passed
Okay.
out watching me get my blood drawn multiple times.
Okay. Well, so I was nervous about dueling for a friend. I was like, is it going to be the same as when I'm with Amanda, like someone I truly care about? But it made me a better doula. Like, it was awesome. And so I'm like, I want to be Amanda's doula again. I'm back at it.
If
But we'll,
I am giving birth and Alyssa passes out, I'm literally gonna tell the doctors to just step over her and to move on with their life because she is not gonna steal my thunder. Granted, I'm not pregnant, so we don't have to worry about
yeah.
that for a while.
Well, I'm
Either
ready. I'm
yeah,
ready.
you're ready. Now you can prep for it. So let's dive into the topic of this week. So
What do we
we are
got?
what?
What do we got? What are we working with?
I'm literally about to tell you. Okay, so we are talking all things summer beauty trends for 2026. A little try, a little trash. What we're putting on our faces and what we're not putting on our faces this summer.
Ooh, I love this topic so much. I love beauty products. And I feel like I've been a little bit out of the know, but I'm like gonna go ham this month on buying products because I'm running out of lotion. I'm
Me
running
too.
out of all of my serums and such. So I'm
Me
excited.
too. I know. So this is going to be good. So the first thing that we're going to talk about for summer is just our routines. So we are trying to get into a better routine that really fits our schedule and our lifestyle. So all of you girlies out there who have the 14 product skincare routines that you do morning, evening, and night, we're trashing that. I'm sorry. We just don't have the time. And I feel like whenever you have such a long list of processes for your skincare, something gets left out. And it's because your schedule, you're tired. You're like, tonight I'm just going to do my lotion. And also, your skin does not always need all of that. I feel like you need your basics. So, for this summer, we're going to be really honing in on simplicity, consistency, and not needing every single viral product. In fact, that's even worse for your skin than sticking to a core routine. What are your thoughts?
Well, I do love that. I'm a little shocked about this segment because you've never been the best at your beauty routine. I will go take a shower in Amanda's shower. There will be no face wash. I'm like scavenging around looking for face lotion. So, what the hell are you using these days?
Yes. So I'm not the best at this. So I'm really basing this around my own self because I have tried to do the full routines. Alyssa's written them out for me on a whiteboard to keep in my bathroom, and I will still ignore it. It's been trials and tribulations of this, but I'm truly trying to stick to a simple routine. Obviously, making sure that I remove my makeup. I've been using micellar water and cleansing or what are they called? Like cotton pads. What are those?
We're using like the microfiber cloths.
Microfiber pads. They work really well. They're reusable, so you're not wasting tons and tons and tons of what are they?
Cotton balls,
Just
cotton
cotton
pads.
buttons. Yeah. So you're just not wasting. So you get to have your reusable pads. I think that it takes your makeup off amazingly, but I've also very much been into double cleansing. So right now, I actually noticed that I was breaking out along my jawline and a little bit on my forehead. And so when I went to go get a facial, they recommended this for me and it's been helping a lot, but to double cleanse. So I remove my makeup with the micellar water and then I'll go back in with a cleansing balm just to make sure that all of the makeup is actually off of my face. After that, I'll let it dry. I do use SkinCeuticals. That is a 3-step
I
routine.
I actually have to intervene here. So I'm really glad that that's working out for you, but the actual process should be cleansing balm first, micellar water second because
Okay.
you want to remove all of those excess oils. You don't want those sitting in your skin all night.
Oh,
Some people
perfect.
can really handle it, but since you're breakout prone, I would recommend swapping those two. But that's the point of a double cleanse is to use a cleansing balm, break down certain things, and then using something that's like a surfactant to break down the rest of the products. It's an amazing thing though. Like your skin will just feel better. I don't know how to describe it.
It does. So, and then on top of that, I use SkinCeuticals products. I don't use them consistently. So, I'm just going to, like, for the sake of what we're trying to do here, I would really focus on making sure that you have a double cleansing routine because it's really simple. You need to be removing your makeup before bedtime. You just have to.
And with summer here, the double cleansing was kind of invented because of sunblock.
Yeah.
Sunblock is so pore clogging and it's not great to sit on the skin overnight. And it's also just hard to remove, harder to remove than we think. And so that's kind of why we started the double cleansing because that will really remove it and nourish your skin.
Right. And I will do this even on days where I don't have anything on my face, especially because we're here in Arizona, just walking outside barefaced. Your face gets so sweaty, so clammy. So I always just think the double cleansing really helps in the evening to make sure that that's all off of your skin.
Yes, love that.
I know. So next up on my list, I really Alyssa will give you a few options for what you should be doing on top of this, but I will just go into face lotion and I call it a night. But
Well,
Alyssa,
what SkinCeuticals products are you using, loving? She does have a collab with them or they send them to her, so I mean, she's a lucky duck. But what are you liking or using?
so I love their products. I wish that I was more consistent with myself. I think the ones that they've given me were supposed to be like a 3-month supply and I've had them for like a year and some change. I know, don't talk to me. But I do try and put them on as much as possible. And I do notice that when I'm using them consistently, my face feels brighter, my face feels clearer, and it just feels prettier. So I use their vitamin C serum, which is really good for brightening. And it works out great for me because I sit in the sun a lot. So I will get those dark little sunspots.
We
And I
do,
feel like
yeah.
those kind of keep them at bay, keep them a little bit lighter, and keep my face feeling bright. So the next one that I'll use is their Petiox, which is really good for wrinkles and keeping those fine lines off of your face, just keeping that texture off of your face. I really feel like SkinCeuticals is one of those where you can use multiple products at once and it doesn't feel super daunting because it's literally just a drop and then you can stack them one on top of the other. Alyssa's gone over this before, but when you're using multiple products in one sitting and putting them all on your face at one time, start with the thinnest and move to the thickest. And that's how you should be layering them onto your face.
Yes. I also have some dupes
Yeah.
for these products.
Hit us with the dupes because SkinCeuticals, I love them. And I mean, I love using them, but I mainly use them because they get sent to me. And Alyssa's like, you need to put these on your face right now. And if I'm shopping for a product, I wouldn't even know where to begin to find something that would replicate what they give us. So let me know what your thoughts are and what you like.
So, number one, I would tell anyone with acne, anyone who is in their 20s and 30s with a little bit of acne or a lot of acne, but right now I would say we are both acne prone. So we don't really have a lot of acne, but if we use the wrong products, it's not going to be good. So Clear Stem is my number one go-to. I know people are like really hyping it, and it's for a good reason. They came out with completely non-pore clogging ingredients. They are mostly natural, like non-toxic, and they're anti-aging and anti-acne. So that's what we need. Am I right? So
Mhm.
they came out with the vitamin C very, very recently. So I would love to try that. For the people who just want a vitamin C, Geek and Gorgeous is also an incredible brand that has an amazing formulation of vitamin C's because SkinCeuticals' iconic vitamin C patent did expire. And so now other companies can use their formulation. So that's just something to look into and think about. But
Interesting.
as far as products in general, I love Clear Stem.
Okay, that's good to know. And then last on my list, I like to just jump right into a lotion, and that's what I'll use on my face and on my neck. I also do want to note that when I'm using my SkinCeuticals products, I will typically use them on my neck and decolletage, and then I'll use them on my hands. I don't waste a ton of it, but I'll use my hands to obviously rub it in, and I'll make sure to go down my neck and on my hands just because that is where you show the signs of aging the fastest, and we just don't want to do that. We just don't want to do that. So you should be paying just as much attention to your neck, your chest, and your hands as you are to your face.
And that includes sunblock.
And that does include sunblock. And just wear sunblock, you guys. Like, just wear it. The sun is bad. Sun is
Especially if
bad.
you're using vitamin C, your skin will be more prone to dark spots if you go in the sun after using vitamin C. So you need to use sunblock because that is the iconic duo that will allow your skin to be bright and protected.
Great. Okay, so next up on our list is trend chasing. So this is really a big one for, of course, TikTok. I mean, I think that when you go on TikTok, especially if your algorithm shows you a lot of the beauty influencers, it is so easy and so hard to not get swayed by every single product that they're selling. So there's a couple of things that I just want to keep in mind, and I'm saying this with love because I love these beauty influencers and I love seeing what everyone posts and I love trying it. So it's not to knock anyone, but I do want it to be known that if someone is putting on a foundation, they are using the biggest light to clear their skin. They're using a filter. They're using all of the things to make that foundation look like the best product that you've ever seen in your life. I mean, we saw it firsthand with Michaela when she did that promo for eyelashes, and then
That
everyone
was
noticed
years
that
ago.
it was
Give her
years
some
ago,
grace.
but I just want it to be known because I feel like a lot of people, like, you find these people, you love them, you trust them, and a lot of people are trustworthy, and that's great. But your face is typically not going to look like what they're selling because they're selling a product. They're not selling what is best for you. And so I do think a big thing is to, one, do your research. Look for multiple people who are posting that product. Get a sample of it. I mean, I love going to Sephora. I love getting samples. I love trying things out. Um, and just make sure that you love it. I also, and people might hate me for this, but I am a big fan of Jeffree Star and his reviews. I think that he is so trustworthy when he does post. So I will usually go to his post and I'll be like, oh, has he reviewed this, foundation? And if he has, he's always like, this is shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, see, good to know. But I just think that it's really fun to try trends. I don't want everyone to trust everything that they see online. And I want you to play around, but don't just buy everything that you see. Make sure that you really want that product. You don't need 500 different foundations, 500 different eyebrow brushes, and just bounce around until you find one that you like, but don't be crazy. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that I totally agree with limiting consumption of the people that post about these. Find one or two people that you really like and you've connected with them because you're like, oh, I've used that product and I loved it. And they are using that product and they love it. So maybe our future products will align. I think that's a good way to do it because everyone's skin texture is so different.
So
And
different.
yes, another thing that I love to follow are skincare chemists. And they will actually go through formulations of products and tell you if it's worth it or not. Like, I think that's such a good bang for your buck is to make sure that your product is actually containing what it should and that it's going to be effective. And no one's going to know that better than a skincare chemist. And there are a few on TikTok and Instagram that I love. I think one is named Sarah Babula.
Okay.
And I love her so much. So that's always
Alyssa and
really
I
cool.
are very different when it comes to trying new products. I'll watch like 65 TikTok videos before I go down to Sephora and even get a sample of a foundation because I'm just so like, I will stick to the same product for my entire life, if I can, when it comes to foundation, because I've tried so many and I know what I like. And I don't even think about the ingredients, but usually now I'll send them to Alyssa and she'll do some research and she'll be like, absolutely don't put that on your face. So I
Or there's
do
just
think that
better products, better alternatives.
yeah. So it's all about finding balance. We're trashing trend chasing for the summer, but we are trying to invest in products that we are really excited about and that we feel are actually worth the money for the or products that are in them, for the products that are in them,
Ingredients?
ingredients that are in them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So, next on our list, and this is one that I'm very passionate about and I have been for quite some time. So, you may have heard me talk about this a time or two, but we are trashing excessive heat styling. We're trashing it. It's been trashed. Okay. We are going to be loving our hair. We are going to be keeping our hair safe, keeping it healthy, tucking it into bed at night, saying a little prayer for it. We are not going to be throwing 400-degree chi straightener on it. Like those days are done and gone, you guys. I see it so much where people are like posting and their hair is literally like steaming and on fire. And I'm like, why are you doing this? So what we're loving right now, obviously air dried texture. I think that texture is going to be really, really, really big this summer. So if your hair is naturally wavy, you are a lucky girl because this is the season where everyone is going to be wanting those beach waves. We saw it with Acquired Style on her bachelorette trip. Everyone was doing the crimped hair. So my favorite way to do the crimped hair is okay, let me pedal back. Let me backpedal really quick. So one thing that I've been doing for hair health is I will take a shower and instead of brushing it right away, I will leave it in my little towel turban and I'll let it air dry and then I'll brush it because when you brush your hair when it's wet, that's when it's at the most fragile state. That's when I notice the most hair loss that comes out in my brushes. So I really try and stay away from that. And I think for summer, this is the perfect time to wait until your hair can air dry because it's going to give you that yummy, cute texture. And I feel like it also feels fuller when I let it air dry before brushing it. And I just love that. Do you do that, Elsa?
So I am an extremely flat haired girly. I also have greasy hair, very prone to that. Like I can double cleanse my hair with a detox shampoo and will look greasy the next day or the
Yeah,
next
same.
day. And no, yours is better. You have to admit, like yours is a
Maybe a
little bit better.
splash, but not much.
Mine is very bad with that scent. And so I, if I want to have a good hair day, I have to blow dry my hair. Unless it's like I'm gonna wash my hair the next day, then I know like, okay, I can let it air dry and it'll look cute for tonight. And I guess tomorrow I'm just gonna re-wash my hair. Plus, there
Okay.
is some science behind blow drying your hair can actually like close up that cuticle and make it less prone to damage. So I have a balance for sure. Sometimes I won't blow dry my hair, but most of the time I will wait till it's like 90% dry and then I will blow dry it just to get that little oomph. Yeah.
I love that. Anyways, okay. So I don't do that, but I will say that a problem that I was having with letting my hair fully air dry before I brushed it out was that my hair would get really tangled because I do have thin hair. And so one thing that I did to combat that is I'll spritz my hair with some detangler. I'll give it a good brush so it feels very silky before I even get into the shower. And that's what really
Mm.
helps with those after shower tangles because if you go in and your hair's a matted mess, you're going to have to brush it when it's wet, otherwise it's going to dry like a bird's nest. So that is something that I've learned that I really love. Another thing that I love in terms of not using heat, I obviously am a big, big, big heatless curl fan. So a couple of things. If you are going for that crimped, beachy look, I love to sleep in two French braids. Okay. It's so simple. I feel like it's so slept on because that is like the hairstyle that we would do for little waves when we were children. But I love to sleep in French braids. And if I feel like they're not voluminous enough or they look a little too boring beach wave, I will just go in the next day and I'll add a couple of crimps to the top, and it just gives like that volume, that fun. Another one that I love the sock curls. I do. But I do have a couple of tricks. Okay. So, the regular sock curls are just you slip two socks here, you hold one up, you wrap your hair around it. What I love to do, because I'm a side sleeper and I'm very picky about how I sleep, I'll take two socks. They have to be fuzzy. They have to be. Okay. It just does the trick. Tie them together at the top, where the toe is. So you want the ends to be open. And I'll tell you why later. So tie them at the top. So your socks are tied together. So when you take them, you'll put them right on top of your head. I'll take a little mini clip. I'll clip it to the top of my head. I will obviously twist my hair around the sock. Another thing that I learned, if you want more of like a crimped hairstyle, a little bit more beachy wave versus bouncy blowout, is you'll almost French braid around the sock and use the sock as like the third piece. So I love both of those. So once you get to the end of the sock, you're just going to take your ends, you'll flip the sock up so it like is holding your hair into place. And then I'll take both ends of the two socks and I'll put them behind my head and I'll clip them. So it's almost like I'm wearing like a Dutch braid with my sock curls.
Yeah.
It gives you the best blowout of your life. It looks amazing. I love sock curls so much. My last little tidbit on this is the curling rods. So the curling rods are something that I've struggled with. I think because my hair is a little bit more thin, a little bit more fine. So it doesn't really hold them into place like other people's hair, which is something that I've noticed. But I did see a hack that I'll tell everyone about because I tried this and it worked really well. So usually curling rods come with 3 rods. So you put the top, you'll section off your hair. So like your front bangs, I would go like almost a quarter, if not halfway back on your head. You'll section that part off. So that'll be your first rod. You'll roll it up, clip it to the top of your head, clip it up there so that way it stays good. And then you'll have your bottom section, split it into 2. So one on your right side, one on your left. You'll roll both of those rods up all the way to the top. And then you'll take the little hooks and you'll connect all 3 rods together and it'll keep them all in a little crown on top of your head. It stays so much better and it's so much more comfortable for when you sleep. Those are my faves.
You did good for explaining that when this is like it's not just an audio podcast, but it is a podcast. But I feel like you did good for
I
explaining
tried
that.
really hard. I tried to, explain it like someone had their eyes closed.
Yes, amazing. I know Amanda's been a huge heatless curls girly, and I feel like I need that little part that you use, the little bonnet for just your bangs.
Yes, I do. One of my rod sets came with little bonnets that you could put on the top of each rod. And I do. I love the bonnets. I think I might get a silk bonnet for sleeping just in general because it's supposed to be so good for your hair.
Well, I use a silk pillowcase for my hair and my skin.
Amazing. What are your thoughts on heatless curls? Hyped or trash?
No,
Tried or
I
trash?
actually think that I'm always shocked with the results. Sometimes it does not work for me. And there's so many different methods. The sock curls works the best for me. And sometimes I do struggle with the sleep, and so it's not worth it. And I also have neck problems. So, I mean, it like can put my neck out of whack. But I don't know. Some of your tips sounded like they could be the solution.
Yes. And one last little tidbit on the sock curls is I see this personally with myself. I do this all the time is I'll take a shower and my hair will still be kind of damp and it'll be bedtime and I'm like, "Oh, I'll just put my socks in and it'll be fine." No, you can't. You'll take it out of that sock and you're going to look like a wet rat. It will be like so damp and so creamed. Your hair has to be dry. Or I would do like if you have a misting bottle, like literally a mist, absolutely like cannot have damp spots throughout. Otherwise, it's just going to soak up in that sock and it's going to be really bad. So dry hair, 100%.
Because we have very thin hair, and even our hair will not dry overnight.
Yes, it will not dry overnight. There have been times where I've had it overnight and then I've like sat in the sun and my hair is still not dry in them. So has to be dry or it's just not worth it. And that's no fun.
I also think that's a really good idea for summer anyways. Like say you go to the beach all day and you're going to shower and then you're going to go to bed and you're going to wake up the next day and go to the beach again. Like you don't have time to blow dry your hair. It makes no sense. Like you should definitely do soft curls. And then, or if you're camping, I think that's a really good hack.
100%. My last little tidbit on this is that I have used the sleepy ties. I really, really like the sleepy ties. I should have mentioned that earlier too. I don't think that I like to use them in two portions because my front bangs are just too thin that like they'll get all crinked when I
Yeah,
put them
so
on top of my head.
sleepy ties are a type of hair tie
Yes.
invented for overnight curls. So it's
Yes.
one piece.
Yeah, and it's really good. I think if you have thick or long hair, if you have short hair, they're probably not going to work as great because you have to have your hair on top of your head and then you essentially roll it into the sleepy tie. But look them up on TikTok. I think that if you are doing something in the day that you don't really care about. Like if you have plans in the evening and you're having a beach day or you're going to the gym or you're just going to the grocery store, that is a heatless hairstyle that you can wear out of the house and it doesn't look crazy.
Mm,
So I
that's
feel like
true.
yes, that's like the one. Everything else, you'll look a little crazy. Okay, you're not going to be wearing socks to the grocery store. Maybe you are. I don't know. But that is one where it honestly just looks like a big
Messy
what were
bun.
those buns that we used to do? The donut ones? What were
Oh,
they
yes.
called?
That was a sock bun.
Yeah, it literally looks almost like a sock bun. So you might just look a little dated, but you won't look crazy and you can definitely like go and like run around with your
Definitely.
sleepy tie-in. So that's a good one too. I love that one. So lastly, I just want to briefly touch on things that we will be keeping in our routine for summer. So number one, of course, on my list is skin tints. Alyssa and I have always loved skin tints. We really are not like huge makeup girlies. I feel like I mean, Alyssa loves makeup and I probably wear it. I wear it a lot, but
I never wear it, but I love
you
it.
never wear it, but she loves it. Like she knows all of the makeup things. So we are both big skin tint girlies. And I feel like, especially for summer, even if you are a big makeup wearing girly, I would really challenge you to embrace yourself and like embrace your natural skin because for summer, it is just the best feeling to feel lightweight, to feel like you almost have no makeup on, but it still gives you that really yummy glow. What are your favorite skin tints?
So I just use Skinny Confidential tinted sunscreen. It is light. It is like a serum. And I truly am just obsessed with it. It has caffeine in it. So it's supposed to, make you look like you're more awake. But that one has been my favorite, hands down, just how it goes on the skin. I believe I used to use one of the like skin SkinCeuticals or something like that. And those are also people love it. Clear Stem also has one, but I've never tried it somehow. And then everybody's favorite like non-toxic tint of the summer, like hands down, is I don't know how to pronounce this. Innisfree. Have you seen that
Ooh,
brown? Or
no.
Innisfree. They're in Sephora. They're non-toxic and their color correcting daily defense is the number one by far.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll have to look them up. I've never tried them.
I also
I've
love
never heard of them.
The Say brand. They have a really good one. That's kind of more like a foundation, but it's still really light, and I really love that one.
Okay, I love that. My favorites are the Lumi Glotion, obviously. I don't know anything about the ingredients on any of these, so do your research beforehand, but I use it every single day, and if I'm going to be doing something where I want a fuller makeup look, I'll use that as my base and I'll put my foundation on top of it, and it just gives you that like sun-kissed glow. Love them so much. Another one that I love, I'll use the Skinny Confidential. I'll usually use the Lumi Glotion and the Skinny Confidential in tandem on my face, and I feel like they work really well together. The Lumi Glotion just gives you like almost like a sparkle, pretty glow feel. And the last one on my list is the Armani skin tint, Armani Beauty skin tint. I think that those are really, really lightweight, but they almost give you like a full coverage look, but they don't feel like you're wearing anything. So those are my three favorites. I'm a big fan.
It's nice. Love that.
I
We
know.
are big Armani foundation girlies for sure.
What do you feel about the fake freckles?
Ugh. I mean, now that I'm an adult and I'm getting freckles for the first time, I'm upset about it because I know that that's skin damage because I never had them as a kid or anything. And so I'm like, absolutely not. I don't want more freckles. But people look so cute with their
I
little faux
love
freckles.
I love the faux freckles. I mean, I love anyone with natural freckles, like, you're so lucky. Actually, one of my friends, she was in the sun, and I, like, hadn't seen her for a minute, and I was like, "Oh my god, what faux freckles are those?" And she was like, "These are real, you idiot." And I was like, "Oh." But the only thing is that I feel like when you actually put those faux freckles on, and this is something that goes hand in hand with the trend chasing that I was saying earlier. When you put the actual faux freckles on your face, it literally just looks like you have smudges like all over it when you're in person. Online, I feel like they look so cute, and I've tried a couple of them, and every time, like, they're actually on my face, like, my husband will be like, what
You're
is that? Like, is that dirt?" Like, they just don't look natural on your
Mhm.
face, but they look really cute in pictures. So, that's just one thing to keep an eye out for if you are doing the faux freckles, like, play with them a little bit so that way they don't look not real.
Mhm.
Um, Brushed eyebrows. Are we keeping these for summer?
I have found that my eyebrows look best when they are brushed. When I use the glue, whatever they call it, I'm like, I just look better. So for me, yes, I'm going to keep it. It also is like, I don't have to put a heavy color to fill in my
Mhm.
brows if I brush it up because they'll still look done. So to me, it's a very summery way to do makeup.
I agree. I think that brush brows are staying in. Maybe not the ones that are, like, straight up
Straight up. Yeah.
to the gods, but like a nice fluff. It just looks very chic and whimsical, and we like that. Not over darkening them. That's definitely out. I think just like a light little brush on the top of them is always good. And then my last thing that is so in for the season is glossy lips. My favorite thing in the world. So the matte lips are out for summer. Okay. Just invest in a fun gloss. You're going to want that glossy, girly pop. I really like to do a lip liner. Very, very light, very subtle. And then I'll smudge it out with my finger and then I'll put a gloss right on top of it. I'm literally wearing one right now. What are your favorite lip glosses? Do you even use lip gloss?
So I am huge, huge right now into skin or lip tints. I've actually always been into these, like since NYX was a thing. They have one that is very permanent-ish. That's like creamy lip tint. I love it. So recently I've been using your Benefit lip and cheek tint, and I've been using it kind of like a lip liner, but it is
Yeah,
very intense.
it is very intense.
Yes, and then the other one is this, like, Wonder Skin. I'm just disappointed because it really only lasts, like, 6 hours, and I
Oh,
thought it would last for days,
yeah.
but I love to implement a lip tint and then to put a clear kind of gloss on top of it, but I use I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a balm moisturizing stick. So I love to use the Bobbi Brown. It's like clear balm and it'll just like last all day. I also am obsessed with what's the YSL clear candy,
It's the candy glaze in clear.
but they just came out with one and I used it at your house and it had glitter in it and it looked
See.
insane on my lips. Insane.
I know the YSL lip glosses. I think it's the candy glaze lipstick in sweet pink, I want to say. And I can
No,
double check that. You don't think so?
I'm going to try to find it.
Find it. So, what I was saying is that the YSL lipsticks and lip glosses are phenomenal. I really, really, really like their lip glosses. I also like their lip glazes, which is almost like a mix between a gloss and a stick. And it just gives you a really yummy pout. But my all-time favorite that they sell right now is the YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil. So that
Mm.
gives you like a glittery, a very soft like pout, a very soft like plump, and it's just so pretty. It's so pretty on the lips. And it goes with any lip liner, any lipstick. You can put it over thing, you can wear it plain, and I'm a huge fan.
Okay, I looked it up. It was the YSL Candy Glaze in Shimmer Nude. It's their new one, and it has a gold out exterior. Most of them have like a silver exterior, so this one is gold, and it is insane. It looks like a gloss, so I loved that. But I do still use the Summer Fridays gloss,
I love them.
and it just looks so good. So I love that for summer too.
My current favorite rotation is obviously the YSL that we were talking about. I will also use the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint in Espresso. And I think that it gives you like a really pretty, like deeper color. Okay, my current favorite, and I've been using this for a few months now, is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. And
Mm.
it's in the color Rose. Rose? Let me see. Stone. Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the color Stone is like my all-time favorite, and it's so inexpensive. It's $12, $12.99
Wow.
versus $40 for the YSL. So I feel like that's a really good like bang for your buck. Go find your favorite color that they have, and I would definitely snag a couple of those. It's lasted me like 4 months so far that I've had it, and I use it multiple times a day.
Okay, it looks like they also have a YSL Candy Glaze dupe, Maybelline. And it's the same thing, the Lifter Glaze Hydrating Lip Oil Balm.
I feel like Maybelline is slept on. Like I know that it's a classic, but I feel like they don't get the hype that they deserve. Maybelline lip products are phenomenal. Phenomenal. So go check those out.
Maybe
But
it's Maybelline.
maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's YSL Candy Glaze. I don't know. You'll never know. But that is our beauty episode for the day. And I hope you guys loved it. We're so excited to have so many new I'm gonna say faces, but we can't see you, obviously. So many new people here, so many new friends, and please leave us comments for what you guys want to hear from us. Feel free to reach out to us anytime on Instagram or TikTok or any of the things. And we are here for you.
Yes, please leave us a review, like, subscribe, all of the things. And don't forget to
Enter our giveaway. Don't forget to enter our
enter our
giveaway.
giveaway. Well, thank you so, so much. And we will talk
Talk
soon.
soon.